Good afternoon, good morning to everybody, good evening to people who are watching in the rest of the world. Welcome to another session from the WFM virtual community. Today, it is really a pleasure to have somebody whose company has institutionalized, and I will say it because I know it for the last 20 years, institutionalized something called windows and doors. So if you go back 20 years, windows were sold per kg basis in aluminium or wood, which then became a product thanks to Fenesta, owned and run by the DCM group. And I think it's very important to know that Fenesta is, I would, the right word to say, pioneer creator of category. So today, if there are maybe 1,000 people in the business of windows and doors and UPVC specifically, I think I would not say followers, but I would say thanks to Fenesta that the Fenesta is the Maruti Suzuki of our segment, although Ambassador and Fiat existed prior to that. So with that, I'd like to introduce Saket Jain, CEO and a good friend from Fenesta for the longest time. Hi, Saket, and welcome to today's show.
Thank you, Amit. Thanks for the generous introduction.
And Saket has been with the group for a fairly long time. I think Saket is more a commercial guy, but I think in today's day and age, what I've realized is having a commercial sense is 80% more important than having just a technical sense or having a zeal to do a business, because end of the day, if you're sustainable and profitable, you can continue to grow any business that you want and spend anything you want on ideas and new products and technologies, right? What would you say to that, Saket?
Well, yes and no. I think yes. Having a bit of commercial knowledge definitely helps. But I think currently the world is changing at a very fast pace. So one needs to be an kind of an overall rounder kind of a thing. You have to be aware of what's happening on the technology side, what's happening on the market side, what's happening on the competition side. Of course, to run a business, a bit of commercial sense is definitely required.
I think you're understating the bit of commercials, because every day the profit and loss, bottom line, top line is what you do on a daily basis. So I think in all fairness, so just, before we get into the subject of windows and doors, how has the last 10 months been for Fenesta and why?
Okay, so I think let me start with the end of March when this pandemic hit the country. Of course, it started showing its signs from January itself. But since middle of March, end of March, things started shutting down. And that's where I think towards the end of March, we also had to shut down our operations. So for first 1.5, 2 months, it was almost like a complete closure for the business. Thankfully, we were cognizant of that. Yes, it will be a kind of a closure for some time. So we invested that time in terms of upskilling our people across the board. So whether it was our channel partners, whether it was a channel sales executive, our sales people, I think we did almost close to 10,000 man hours of training at that point of time, which really upskilled our people to a different level altogether. And at the same point of time, what we also started doing was, how do we, if this, in fact, at that point of time, nobody knew how long it will last. In fact, today also, we don't know how long it will last. So we started preparing ourselves for, if this situation continues, how do we handle that situation in the long run? So we started creating virtual showrooms, we started creating virtual presentations, training our people on how to conduct virtual meetings, etc. And all of that was rolled out in, I think, June itself. And starting of middle of May or end of May, I think the operations did start it. And touch wood, I think I'm very happy to share that by July itself, we were almost at a pre-COVID levels. Now, why did it happen? I think the right question that you asked, I think the investment that we have been doing over the last 20 years in the brand helped us to gain that momentum on a very, very fast basis. In fact, in March and April, whomsoever I was talking to, everybody was talking that it might take 6 months, 12 months, 18 months for a consumer brand like us to reach to a pre-COVID level. And we were there just in 2 months time frame. Of course, that was a very pleasant surprise. Of course, it brought with us a lot of new and different things also, because supply chain was still an issue. A lot of our vendors were still not operating at 100%. There was a consumer demand which was pushing us, but at the same point of time, the availability of manpower was a challenge, whether it was at the factory end or even at the installation end. I think as you know, and as everybody knows, Fenesta is the only player in the segment who controls the whole cycle from end to end, right from PVC resin manufacturing to profile, to fabrication, to installation, to handover. So of course, we needed manpower at every point of time because it's a very manpower intensive business. And that was a real challenge. But I think as we moved along, we were able to take care of a lot of things. We did a lot of stuff with regard to our own employees or even our channel partners. So we did COVID insurance for people. We conducted a lot of training sessions in terms of how to combat this issue. We gave all the PPE kits to all the front-ending people, whether at the factory end or at the sales end or at the service end. I think, and as I said, since July onwards, we were at a pre-COVID level. It is slightly difficult time. So of course, to reach the same level of volumes, one has to exert almost like 125% or 150% what it used to be. But since then, I think it has been good. God has been good. I think that's what I can say at the end.
I think to add to what you're saying, I think what is very important, and I'm sure we resonate the same feeling as McCoy, and our businesses always worked on building a brand. And they say, keep watering the brand. Brand is like a tree. You need to keep watering the brand for it to grow. You need to have visibility in the market. You need to have, first of all, to provide a quality product, to give quality service, and to be consistently there is what I think Fenesta has done over the last 20 years or less than 20 almost years in the business. And that's what has helped today. If I was just to isolate Fenesta into an island and just say, the reason that people were at home, they wanted to do stuff and they called many people, they said, hum band hai. So jo khula tha, which was by default, or let's say by God's grace, that all the effort that you have done in multiple factories, that helped today.
Also to add, I think when people wanted to kind of renovate their houses, they wanted to go with a brand or they wanted to go with a company or with a set of people whom they can trust.
Correct.
Whom they know that they will not cut corners. They will provide what they say. They will adhere to the wind loads, as all of us know how many people in the country adhere to the wind loads. And despite whatever is happening, so for example, let's look at case of last 3 months. The raw material prices have shot up like anything. The PVC prices have gone up by 60-70%. Aluminium prices have gone up by 25%.
Right.
Not even to a single customer we would have gone back and said that the prices have gone up and therefore increase the prices or I will not honor. Whereas every day now and then we get so many customers coming back to us who had given orders to certain other brands or certain other companies. And now those companies are backed out because the raw material prices have gone back. So now I think that's where Fenesta stands out, that we do what we commit to.
I think the logic behind business is truly to say that you are not a spot seller. We are not selling crude oil, that aaj badal gaya to theek hai aur kal badal jayega fir theek hai. You have to follow some consistent chain where you have to take a hit because you have to look at the longer picture, and all of us have to look at the larger picture end of the day. Abhi picture khatam nahi hui dosto, wo chalti rahegi.
Right. And it is for generations. It's not for years. It's not for decades. It's, in fact, I keep on saying this to many a times, that even after 50 years, if any customer needs us, we'll be there. We'll be just a call away.
Yeah, but I think because a product like a window and a door is a stationary, let's say a resident product in your house for the house lifetime.
Correct.
You have to make sure ke wo hai.
Correct. And we are not a fly-by-night operator.
This consciousness is arriving into people with home durability products. So let me take you into the subject of doors, दरवाजे. So अगर इसको मैं 20 साल पुरानी या 10 साल पुरानी भी बात करूंगा तो दरवाजा था, डोर था, और वो लकड़ी वाला आता था, वो आपके घर में लकड़ी लेके आता था और वो चौखट बनाता था, दरवाजा लगाता था, फिर हार्डवेयर आता था और फिर वो लग जाता था. So I'm talking particularly to internal doors in residences, in offices or whatever. Why did Fenesta choose to get into this door segment with aluminium and with the WPC or UPVC doors?
Okay, so as you know, in 2002-03, we started with UPVC doors and windows as a segment.
Right.
And again, I think that time that was a forward integration of our PVC plant. We were already manufacturers of PVC since 1960s. And we thought that let's bring a very contemporary product to the country, which is UPVC doors and windows, which can actually, which will revolutionize the whole segment, as you rightly initially talked about. So this is basically a factory-made window and door system as compared to the one which was being made at your place. And of course, when you make at your place, why was it made at your place? Because there was a lot of customization that was required. Because in India, even as of now, in 2020 also, maintaining aperture size is a big problem. There is a bit of tapering, there is a bit of size variations that keep on happening. And that's the reason why traditionally in India, the carpenters were called in and they used to prepare doors and windows. So we thought that if we can able, and of course there are pluses with regard to customization, but then there are lacunas with regard to consistency in quality. There are lacunas with regard to things being done manually versus machine. So we got into this segment where we said we will manufacture these doors and windows in our factories and will supply to the customer. Of course, we had to combat this issue of sizing and customization. So we do our own surveys. So our own team actually goes out for doing the survey, etc. And basis the survey sizes, we manufacture the doors and windows ourselves, and then we install them ourselves. So that was the concept that was started. And then over a period of time, as we moved along, we thought of that so what are the other products that are, in fact, we started getting inquiries for internal doors, we started getting inquiries for external doors, we started getting inquiries for all sides of windows and doors. So basically, and as we stand today, we are India's #1 windows and doors brand. So in terms of product portfolio strengthening, we thought that we need to get into this internal door segment. There is a latent demand that is there, which is currently being met by normal carpenters, or sometimes there are companies who are just selling panels, etc. At the end of the day, the door has still to be fitted by the customer, and which he struggles with. And there are again those issues of customization, sizes, etc. And as all of us know, in every house, if there are 10 windows, there will be at least 10 doors, if not more.
We are Fineston, India's #1 windows and doors brand. Our vision is to improve the lives and homes of customers through innovation and excellence, and be the brand leader in customized building solutions. Our mission is to establish a service organization that passionately provides customized building solutions and deliver exceptional customer service.
I'll ask you a question.
Yes.
And I know this for a fact because I've been in this industry for pretty much the same time as you have been, or maybe a little bit longer. Fenesta came in first couple of years, enjoyed a great monopoly. Sorry to say, but it's the truth. And then now there is an endless list. I know 2-3 phases, 2003 to 2007, and 7 to 10, another set of decent manufacturers, then 10 to 15, thanks to our friends from the land of the virus, lots of more people. And then now is a different situation though. But how do you size this internal door market in the sense of, let's say, value? Is it greater than the window value? Is it 10,000 crores? Is it 5,000 crores? Would you have आपने तो पूरी R&D करके घुसे होंगे, because you are a very pro company. So you must have done all the homework and everything correct.
So
I mean, this is for the sake of competition. Yes. This is for the sake of healthy competition to come in the future. और अभी बहुत लोग आएंगे. You've picked the tail. Now lots of people will come.
So just to share with you, yes, there is a bit of data crunching that we did, but unfortunately, window and door industry is very segmented in India, and it is very unorganized. So getting data per se itself is a challenge. But whatever our estimate says, just the internal door segment will be more than 10,000 crores in the country.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. It could be more as well, because then you look at the steel door segment and you look at just the partition door segment and so on.
Correct.
But yeah, okay, 10,000 crores is still a very large size of the market. So how do you see this? How do you see this market in the next 10 years going forward? Let's say now we have, let's say post COVID तो अभी हुआ ही नहीं है, मतलब अभी तो चल ही रहा है. But let's say going forward, the concept of the carpenter change. Carpenter will still be there to install the door. Now his job is limited to not making the door. His job will be to install the door. Yeah, or maybe you will install the door with your carpenters and your workmen. So now, as you might agree that there's a transition shift from conventional methods to modern method. So putting all these internal doors. So can you talk a little bit more about your product per se?
Yeah.
Let's say, for example,
so if I have to talk about our internal door, so currently in India, the internal door segment is mainly being done by the wooden doors, which are pure wooden doors in that sense. And sometimes there are some other cheap materials also which are being used basis the customer demands, etc. Now, there are certain issues that one, as a customer, you would always face with the internal doors, which are prevalent at this point of time. One, of course, is a termite, which is a big issue in most parts of the country. Second, of course, is with regard to the sizing. As I mentioned, these are made at the site, and therefore quality control, sizing, etc., is a challenge. Third most important thing is there is a lot of maintenance that is required even for these internal doors. Every 2 years, 3 years, whenever you have a paint in the house, you will have to get those doors either polished or painted or whatever you might tend to do.
Ghitao them because of the barish ki wajah se they
Correct.
sweat.
Then there is this warping issue, which generally happens because there is a contraction expansion that happens. And of course, the most important thing is even in internal doors, there is a bit of, you would need a sound insulation, you would need a dust insulation, because in current time, even for example, like even in Delhi NCR, there's so much of dust storm that keeps on happening every now and then. There is a dust that keeps on ingressing your houses. That's all because of the bad quality of windows and doors that you have in a house.
True.
So now to combat all these issues, we came up with a product which is currently we are offering a wood plastic composite door, which is a combination of a plastic and a wood, and this combats all the issues that I just talked about. So at Finister, we are committed to providing the best solution for every home. Supreme quality and incredible feature is the hallmark that makes us the #1 windows and doors brand, and that's what we stand for.
Open the door to happiness with Finesta's flawless doors. Finesta doors combine high-grade substance with impeccable style, and unlike conventional wooden doors, Finesta doors are resistant to water absorption and termite, making them waterproof and decay-proof. They never expand or contract, crack or fade, and they never need a coat of paint, which makes them long-lasting. They require negligible maintenance and come with a 1-year warranty.
I want to ask you a follow-up question, and with WPC as wood plastic composite, if I'm not wrong to use the right word.
Right.
In terms of the manufacturing setup, does it need a lot of R&D or technology to make this kind of a composite solution?
It needs a bit of R&D and the consistency in the quality, because these are made of recyclable wood plastic composite, a hybrid material that combines the aesthetic of wood and the quality of and the utility of plastics. There is a lot of science that goes behind in terms of what kind of material to be used, how the film has to be pasted onto the frames, how the frames have to be on the panel, how the frames have to be fitted, what kind of material has to be used, how do you what kind of silicone or what kind of other material that you use, so that it is everlasting. See these doors, let's also understand one more thing. The doors are more used as a product in your house as compared to the windows. So how many times in a day would you open a window versus you will open or close a door? So you need a much more sturdier, you need a much more strength kind of a thing in the product, and of course a long-lasting product. So there is a bit of science which is required to.
So Saket, just to follow up, that the durability aspect, let's say if you do a comparison between a wooden flush door, in my experience, a wooden door is nice, but it's heavy. But for an internal door, do you really need that heavy door? I don't, my call is no, but that's what the tradition has been. So this is lighter, I guess.
This is slightly lighter as compared to, but yes, there are certain set of customers who feel the heavier the door is, the better it is. So we have all the options. Therefore, we have heavier doors also, but you're right. Even a lighter door is good enough.
So that when you mean a heavier WPC door, the composition of the door is different.
Yes,
it contains more of the recyclable material, or let's say plastic and wood more.
Correct.
But then you must limit this tin to a certain number of varieties only, because then yours is manufactured built to size 7 feet height, 3 feet wide, 2.5 feet wide.
So currently this is also customized at our end. So we are able to provide all the sizes. So we, in fact, we do have a minimum and a maximum limit, both in terms of height and width, which as of now, what we feel is whatever kind of demand is, we cater to almost like 95% plus in terms of the sizing requirements. Of course, to cater to the balance 5%, I'll have to kind of double the number of styles, etc., that we are providing at this point of time, which again, as we move forward, we'll try to see that and consolidate and do that as well.
So this material is also manufactured in the Kota factory?
So some bit of it is manufactured internally and some bit we are kind of getting it from outside.
Okay. So it's a matrix of import and a matrix of domestic manufacturing.
Right.
So,
And
the
as we
good
move
frame-
along, we are kind of getting into 100%
Local.
setting up within our internal premises itself.
So I'm just racking my brain in terms of question. In terms of competition of WPC doors in India,
Mhm.
Are you applying the same strategy what you did with Fenesta Windows because as far as your market for doors is developer, the larger business is the big residential projects and so on, where you get 10,000 doors order in one shot and 5,000 doors, whatever. So how are you? First of all, I know that Fenesta does not look at competition in that sense, but what is the competition like today in this business?
So currently, as far as, let me talk about UPVC doors and windows and aluminum. So currently 70% of our volumes come from retail customers like you and me. And that we cater through almost like 200 plus channel partners, which are present in 140 cities. So even for these internal doors, we have kind of gone through that channel as well. So our currently in doors also, thankfully, our 70% plus volumes is coming from retail customers like you and me.
All right.
We do cater to the builder segment as well. Again, I think they have been traditionally using a different kind of a product. So they are slowly migrating to this new age product, and which I'm very sure in days to come, in years to come, they will be fully migrating as they have migrated in UPVC doors and windows. Even for internal doors, they will migrate to these factory made doors.
So in terms of the price point, the WPC doors versus let's say the conventional wooden doors, are we at a higher price point? Are we at a lower price point? What is it like?
So again, it depends on. So there are various kinds of customers. So a customer like yourself might look for an internal door which is like a 25,000 rupees internal door. And there are customers who are looking at even a 5,000 rupees internal door, because the variety is huge. So
Correct.
as compared to the masses, it is slightly costlier. But again, as I mentioned earlier, it is a one-time cost that a person has to incur. If you consider it over a period of 20 years, where you don't have to actually paint the door, you don't have to talk about, again, getting it warped, etc., to make it. I think in terms of overall cost of ownership, I'll say it is still cheaper than even the mass products also.
Why would it be more expensive? Is it to do with the raw material inputs, or is it to do with the manufacturing practice?
So it is to do with the raw material inputs. Because the quality of the material that is being used is very, very superior as compared to the normal wood. And that's what brings in the kind of quality which we talked about in terms of giving strength, making it termite proof, making it noise proof. All those kind of things happen because of the kind of raw material that is being used.
Because if I would just look at a builder perspective, he's making a house for you. No offense to any builder here. Sorry, maaf kar dijiyega. They build a house, they give it to you, and then the rest is left to you and God. So let's say if a question comes कि भैया हमने तो घर बना के देना है, हमें तो पता नहीं है, ऐसा ही है. And sorry again to our friend.
I don't think so. That's how the builders look at, because they are also into the business for long run. So they see what is the kind of a product that a customer will actually cherish. Because had that been the case, UPVC wouldn't have been a success.
Correct.
Fenesta, your one-stop destination to the most exquisitely designed and technologically sophisticated doors and windows, brings to you its latest jewel, the lift and slide doors. Bigger openings, superior insulation, and enhanced security are the features that put Fenesta's lift and slide doors ahead of traditional sliders, making them the ideal choice to protect and grace your home.
So UPVC was almost like double the price or triple the price of the normal wooden or aluminum windows initially.
Correct.
But then the builders went to it because they saw the value in it. They were able to sell a lot of their properties because of the kind of products. So right now also many premium or even mid-sized builders offer high-end functionalities within the house, so that they are able to sell it and they are able to show value to the customer. So I don't see that as a challenge as far as the builder segment is concerned.
Okay, so I'm also on the builder side because my business is also to do a lot with builders. But having said that, it's always good to challenge the unchallenged. But let's presume that this market size is, I'm being a little bit commercial on the side in trying to get everybody to understand why the change is needed. If I understand correctly, Saket, the value proposition of an internal WPC door is the fact that it's a one-time investment. It's noise proof, it's more durable, it's higher impact resistance. So when you come to impact resistance, we've got tests done from CBRI or whatever to have these
Yes.
validated.
Yes, these have been validated.
So the currently the business has started maybe about 6 months or a year ago, if I'm not wrong, with these doors.
Yeah, around 1.5 years ago. But yes, last 8 months, I think last 8 months, first 3-4 months was always a challenge for everybody.
Correct. But now it seems to be getting along.
Yes.
So in terms of install, can you talk a little bit about the installation of the doors, and I want you to be very specific, Saket, to the point कि मतलब जैसे पहले installation हमारे कारपेंटर भाई करते थे और आगे भी वही करेंगे. So what is different between the current product install? Because I think installation plays a very critical role, whether it's a door or a window.
Correct. So installation is very, very critical. And here installation is again done by our own team, which is a set of installers who have been trained multiple times by our own team members, by team members from international market, where these kind of products are very, very prevalent. And as compared to, as I mentioned, the size. So initially, if you would see earlier, the frame or the choker used to get installed at the time of construction itself. In these cases, that's not the case. You first construct everything, and after that, you just go and install it. So therefore, therefore the frames would also be of a better quality. They don't undergo a kind of vagaries of multiple contractors or vendors kind of doing bits and pieces.
The frame is also in the same material.
Yes.
So the choker
that is being installed at that point of time when the door is installed. And of course, there is a lot of science behind. As I mentioned, you need to apply a lot of adhesives, etc., to see that it really sticks to, it complies with. And then, of course, you need to kind of see that alignment is there. There is proper kind of a sealing that you provide at the ends and even at the bottom. All that kind of things are being maintained by our own installers at the site.
Just a stupid question. What was the learning in the last 1.5 years in terms of any sense of failures with respect to this product per se?
Yeah, of course. So I think initially the thought, we did a lot of market research. The initial responses that came from the market was that we can probably go along with the custom sizes. And there is no need for, you can go along with the standard sizes. You don't require custom sizes. So that was big learning that happened over the last 1.5 years, that no, here also you need a lot of customization. Standard sizes would be very, very difficult. And then there are markets where, for example, in Mumbai market, people have granites on the wall. You just need, so they don't need frames. They just need the panel.
Correct.
So there are those kind of learnings that happen. Similarly, there were learnings with regard to even installation. So for example, the way the installation is being done internationally versus the way the things happen in India. In India, even in a particular room, one side of the wall will be, say, 8 inches thick, other side might be different thickness because of either the beam or something. Whereas internationally, because they are the houses are being made more in a customized, in a standard manner, a lot of things are very, very similar. You don't need to apply your mind in that sense. So a lot of learning with regard to product application that has happened over a period of time for us as well.
If you were to fold your hands and tell the architects and the developers कि भैया please कुछ कर दो, तो आप उनको क्या बोलना चाहोगे?
I think if you can maintain some bit of a semblance in terms of standardization, I think that's where something, for example, even with the biggest builders, even in Windows, as of now, if I have to service G+30, I have to measure each and every window. I think that's the one biggest issue. Second biggest issue is because of various reasons. Again, I don't want to spell out as much clarity at this forum. People want the windows and doors to be finished in tranches for even a flat. So the front facade pehle kar do, piche ka baad mein dekhe. That what it leads to it, a person going into a flat multiple times. Which so again,
inefficiency and higher cost, no end of the day.
Correct. And also what it tends to do is, because there are multiple agencies who are working multiple times in a flat, I think what it leads to is kind of a bad quality for a product in that sense, because the laborers who are using those products during the time of construction, really tarnishes the kind of quality that you really want to give to the end customer. And that's the reason why, as an organization, whenever we kind of take a big project, we ensure that at the time of handing over to the end customer, our service camp is being set up over there, and we provide all those facilities wherein we again go and service each and every window and a door before the end customer takes over the product from the builder.
Well, that's, Saket, in real time, that's still wishful thinking in terms of getting all of things to happen in the building industry. But I think one thing that I can take up from the WFM community standpoint is to actually set out a survey, taking the association from the UPVC windows and doors, which I'm also a part of, and Fenesta is also a part of, is to actually create, and I'm going to tell my team at the back end to create a small survey to request to raise standards and standard sizes for the industry. Maybe agar agle 3-4-5 saal mein bhi wo ho jata hai, then still we are heading to a, I'm sure you know, and you are very well traveled around the world and seen factories which are producing like 8 to 10,000 windows per day in Austria, Germany, in Turkey, Poland. And it's only because there's standardization, tabhi ban ke seedha lag jata hai, right?
Here, so for example, we manufacture 25,000 windows a month, and for us, all these is a single SKU, because I have to measure each and every one, and I have to track each and every window and a door to the respective aperture where it goes to and where it can get fitted. Because if it goes to some other aperture, it won't get fitted.
But then if it does get fitted, there are issues with it. And you'll be responsible for it, because the builder will say, Bhaiya, mujhe nahi pata, tumne lagaya. You have to kind of...
Correct. And the other request, in fact, while you were talking about what request you can make, I think the other request is, I think, adherence to the standards. I think many a times what happens is people, all of us are price sensitive. But I think more than price sensitive, we have to become more value sensitive. Value is what our organization gives to as a product. Because just being price sensitive at the initial stage doesn't help. If you compromise on the quality, if you compromise on the standards, if you compromise on the reinforcement or the quality of hardware that is being used, I think in a long run, the end consumer ends up paying much more or multiple times. There have been numerous cases, earlier less, now more, where some other fabricators, etc., have put up the windows and doors, and the customers are coming back to Fenesta, either change it, or in fact, most of the time they say, boss, isko theek kar do, because those people are not even rectifying those things. So of course, sometimes we are able to, but many a times we are not able to rectify because hardwares are different, profiles are different. Of course, the systems do not marry. And then we end up replacing the whole window and a door for a customer, which again, as an organization, we get pained by doing it, because at the end of the day, the customer has paid 0.6x earlier and now again X to Fenesta. So they end up paying 1.6x. which doesn't serve the purpose as an organization or as a consumer. So I would request everyone to look at how do we really comply with the standards, how do we really look at things that we install the right product. And it's not that I can again, and I keep on saying this, everybody can actually possibly give a good quality product. It just depends on the intention.
That applies to every product, a branded product, a standard product, to any other thing, which is, it's very important that it's understood by the consumer. But I think every consumer has to go through his own journey.
True.
आप कितना भी किसी को बता दो, वो बोलेगा नहीं यार, मेरा ये दोस्त है, इसने घर पे लगवाई है, 2 साल से बिल्कुल ठीक है.
Because actually in initial 2, 3, 4 years, you don't come to know about it. Well, just to give you an example, there have been a case, for example, and it's a case study which we use very often while doing our sales. That there have been multiple cases where the customer is saying, okay, first 3 years, nothing happened. Now there are pink patches, yellow patches. The profile was not of good quality. The hardware has gone wrong. I just can't replace the hardware. The matching hardware is just not available, or the window is just not opening. So there have been umpteen cases of that sort. And as I said, it really feels, you really feel very pained when the customer has to go through that. That just within 2, 3 years, for example, these products are there for, they can serve for almost like 20, 30, 40 years. Nothing goes wrong. But if in a 2, 3 year time frame, a person has to change, it's really sad about it.
So coming back to doors, and we will do a wrap-up session on windows perhaps later. They are recyclable, they are durable, they have been impact tested. I think over the next, maybe you would advise me that over the next 10 years, if today this market is worth 10,000 crores, I don't see this market less than 20,000 crores in the next 5 to 7 years.
See, I think the CAGR at this point of time is around 8 to 10%.
Okay,
And
so
if that continues, I think within 7 years, it should be doubling.
yeah, so then
And
yeah,
hopefully,
around,
I think hopefully with all this pandemic thing happened, I think people are concentrating on renovation of their houses, because house has become the prime place where you are actually spending most of your time. And
totally.
what people have also realized during this pandemic is that at least wherever I'm staying, I should have a better standard of living, so to say. So this CAGR kind of can further improve, which might mean that within next 5 years itself, it might get doubled.
A question which is very particular, I mentioned it here about architects who are usually taking the decision of all the aesthetics of a project or a house, have been used to these heavy duty doors with fancy everything.
That's
And now
more on
we have,
external door. On internal doors, I think even our architects community actually looks for a decent kind of. They don't look at for a very heavy door for internal doors.
so then architects' acceptance towards your product has been well received.
Yes, I can say that. Yes, it is well received. People are understanding what is the kind of a benefit that they get in terms of durability, usage, safety, all those kind of things. It has been quite receptive, I would say.
And you are probably already specifying in the next years with projects where you are building a pipeline.
Yes.
But of course, like you said, 70% is coming from retail at this point of time. Building the spec, already you've done the spec for your windows and it's Fenesta versus X versus Y versus Z. That's the same thing, the same approach you use towards this door. And because you've successfully proven 10, 15 years or more of track record, then customers have the trust कि कोई बात नहीं है, अभी Fenesta का product है तो अच्छा ही होगा करके.
I think, as you rightly said about it, that's what our aim is, that in it's not only in windows and doors segment, in the building material segment, Fenesta has been able to create a brand of its own.
Absolutely.
Because of the trust that we have been able to gain through the market. And of course, even if things go wrong, first of all, the things won't go wrong. Even if things go wrong, we are just a call away.
So, Saket, just last couple of questions for the segment of doors. The current set of products, let's say you have 50 SKUs or 100 or whatever number of SKUs, are you continuously looking at some new designs, colors, or materials
Yes.
beyond WPC to?
Yes, we are exploring new colors, we are exploring new designs, and of course, we are exploring new raw materials per se, other than just WPC going forward, just to make the segment, because WPC per se is also a new product to the country. A lot of people still do not kind of understand WPC. So we will be getting into, and we are kind of right now also experimenting out with certain new products. As the time unfolds, I'm sure you will be seeing much more traction in our portfolio in terms of being able to cater to the customer demands.
Would it be more on the aluminium side or towards only glass doors, or is it a mixture of everything?
No, I'm talking about internal doors right now.
Right,
of course, aluminium and aluminium in UPVC, that's a different line altogether. Which again, right now also we have a very comprehensive portfolio, and there also we keep on. In fact, every year we kind of basis the market needs, basis our understanding, because we also connect with a lot of architects, builders, consumers, basis those surveys, basis those interactions. We decide for every year what are the 10 kind of products in each segment that we need to build in next 2 years. And basis that, our own internal R&D team, they kind of look at and come up with. And of course, there are a lot of improvements that keep on happening in our existing portfolio also over a period of time. So right now, earlier I was talking about just in the internal door segment itself. Other than WPC also, you will be seeing much more products in the future.
Are you looking at more cost competitiveness? Are you looking towards more of sound, insulation, noise, or anything like that?
So I think both. First and foremost, how can I give a better value to the customer in terms of the features, in terms of design options, etc. And of course, there is a segment of customer where price consciousness is quite a bit. So for that segment, we are looking at how do we become much more competitive in the market as compared to the currently available products.
And how do you look at imports from the land of China, Turkey, and so on in terms of competition?
So it has always been there. And I don't think so it is going to come down dramatically. It will still continue to be there. And of course, there are products which are good quality, even in those that are coming in. And of course, there are products which are not good in quality. So the products which are good in quality will continue to thrive. Anybody who can give a better quality to the customer at a reasonable price, I think they are there to succeed, because India is a huge market.
If you look at,
10,000 crores is not small. It's a very, very huge market.
so if I look at, just I'm trying to do a breakup of a SWOT analysis, that what's the greatest threat do you see to your door business?
I think currently the unorganized sector, the way it plays out, whether it is in terms of specifications, quality concerns, GST non-adherence, all those kind of things. But again, those are not big threats, so to say. We had those threats when we were developing our UPVC windows and doors market also. So we know how to combat those threats. We understand how to kind of really show the value to the customer. And as you know, like, we invest quite a bit in educating our customers, in making products aware. I think we spend a lot on marketing, on BTL, digital, ATL, so that we are able to showcase to the customer why this is the right product for you.
I keep saying couple, but I keep adding a couple. I just keep thinking. How do you look at the government as a buyer for your products, specifically to the WPC segment? How is their acceptance towards this product line?
So that is still, I think, under discussion with them. As I said, this is a new product to the country. So for them, there are I think maybe 8-10 projects where we are kind of working along with the government segment to kind of showcase them and get ourselves specified. It might take a bit of time, but I think, as I said, because of the inherent advantages that the product offers, and also because it's a factory-made product, they can be assured of the quality, consistency, etc. I think there's a huge volume that can be catered to.
So it's just a question of some hurdles to overcome, and then probably the government, which is today, according to my statistics, in the next 5 years will be probably maybe a bigger buyer than the private sector in terms of these windows, doors, and so on and so forth.
Correct. I completely, for our existing segments like UPVC, etc., we are getting a lot of traction from the government circles, because again, it took a bit of time for them to understand and realize that this is a new age product and what are the kind of benefits. This time, I think in doors segment, we have started initially with them, which will help us in a longer way.
So a dumb question, thought point, but the government and a lot of projects follow this L1, L2, L3, right? Lowest bidder takes it all, right?
Not always.
I know, but like from a generalistic approach, this is what has been. Ke L1 ho gaya to theek hai, aapko order mil gaya. L2 ko 10% या 20% educational mil gaya. So I think in the subject of, here is the last point where I would like you to give out a message as a market leader in this segment to the architects and developers in terms of, forget about being just Fenesta. I'm just talking on a very generalistic point. Why should you choose a WPC door or an internal door? And what are the main factors that you should consider? Price being separately considered. Match these 3 technical criteria and then go for the price. So what was that message that you would like to tell to because our community is larger than few thousand architects and developers, and I want you to give a non-marketing message to them.
I think, as I mentioned earlier also, one has to see not just the price of buying, you have to see the price of ownership. So what is the total cost that you would incur on the ownership of a particular product? That's one. Second, what is the kind of a usage that one is going to have of that particular product? What kind of a durability that you want? Whether it is a sun exposed door or whether it is a non-sun exposed door, what is the safety features? What are the security? What kind of hardware types? So I think there are quite a bit of things. It's just not the price. Price, I think, is the last thing that one should look at, because you are making a house or you are making a building which is going to be there for next 20, 30, 40, 50 years. So
then I think
in that segment, if doors cost you just 1% of the total cost of construction or 2% of the total cost of construction, even if it is 20% higher, it is just 0.4% initially. But in the long run, you will save a lot of money on that. And of course, there's a peace of mind that one gets by putting in good quality windows and doors.
Saket, I'll ask you a question. A couple of people have asked a couple of questions. I'm going to ask them as well. And this is something that I get quite often asked. Is success repeatable? Venesta is proven to be successful, now profitable, touch wood to that, on the UPVC windows and door segment. Now you have a new product out in the market. The customer may be the same, but now you've entered a segment where, for example, there is Reliance's Relwood, which is also competing in the space and so on. What's your take on the Reliance Relwood product, for example?
I'm not much aware about Relwood in terms of what are the kind of features, etc., that they are offering. I'll have to come back on that. Okay. But in terms of your first question with regard to is success repeatable, I think one should not take it as granted that whatever you have done in the past can lead to a success. I think as you go along, you have to keep on figuring out what are the current challenges, what are the kind of current issues. You have to be aware about it. You have to be open-minded about the challenges, and you have to be connected to the ground, connected to the architect fraternity in terms of understanding what are the requirements, to the developers fraternity in terms of what is it that they need, and basis that keep on fine-tuning your offering. And I think most importantly, your intent has to be right, that I have to provide a superior product and a superior service at a competitive price, which really kind of, as an end consumer, so for example, a lot of times what I do is, if I am a consumer myself, would I buy this idea? If I am convinced as a consumer, then yes, of course, I can go and sell it as a consumer, as a seller to the consumer also. So if I am able to fit in the shoes of the consumer and see for myself whether I like this idea, I like this product, what are the challenges I am facing, can I cater to the solutions to those challenges? I think, yes, in that sense, success is repeatable, but not following the same path that you have done in the past.
You know, I'm sure you resonate with my concept of thought that, you know, we talk a lot about value creation. We talk about safety. We talk about fine tuning. A lot of customers don't give any value to whatever we are saying. They think ये साले English में बात करके हमें confuse करके ज़्यादा पैसे ले रहे हैं. Saket, I'm being very straightforward and honest.
I see. So Amit, yes, you are right. Sometimes it does happen, but I think if you are able to establish that equation with the customer and are able to prove with a lot of commitment, and also, for example, like for us, we get close to 300 to 500 appreciation from our end customers every month on Facebook. Now that talks about the commitment. If an end consumer, so sometimes I just get floored by the kind of comment that I get. So I remember one comment that I get. So somebody said, I purchased a MIG flat after putting in Fenesta windows and doors. My flat has become a HIG flat.
Awesome. No, but I think I completely resonate with the thought that when you get appreciation for, I say to you know, all the people who work for me and our customers कि आपने किसी से ₹2 extra ले लिए, for example, comparatively, but you've delivered value which is going to last forever. You know, the decision of buying something cheap, the taste lasts forever, but to buy something nice, the taste lasts forever as well. So there's bad taste and good taste, and the only thing is
bad taste lasts forever much more than the good taste.
Absolutely.
For example, how many times did we actually went on to a social media and actually appreciated someone versus actually complained about someone? You would tend to complain out.
Appreciation is 1, complaint is 10.
10, correct.
Yeah.
And in that scenario, if I am able to get 300 plus, 400 plus appreciation on the Facebook platform, which is a neutral and a independent platform, I think that talks about the service that as an organization we are able to provide to the customers.
Okay, great. So just to wrap up this session on doors, especially internal doors, and we didn't talk too much about casement doors, but I think just to ask a question, Saket, casement doors as a business, if you go back 10 years, has it grown tremendously as an adoption?
So see, casement door generally that is being, so in UPVC and as well as aluminum, we provide these casement doors and customers generally use it as a part of a kitchen offering. In certain cases, there are certain markets where people are tending towards having those casement doors. There are certain markets, because of the less of space within the kitchen, etc., people tend to go for sliders, because of course, if there's a casement door, there's a space needed for opening, etc. What casement door does it provides you a better ceiling in terms of sound, in terms of water ingress, etc. Of course, To large extent, the slider door also provides, but casement is a little more superior product as compared to a slider door as far as the ceiling is concerned. So, but as I said, there are people who want casement doors.
I lost your voice, Saket.
Sorry, what I was mentioning was there are a set of customers who tend to go towards slider doors. There are a set of customers who tend to go towards casement doors.
So just a follow-up question on casement doors. Has that typology changed from them simple casement doors to maybe more of tilt and turn or uh, lift and slide?
Yes, there is a bit of change that is happening. Also, I think within casement doors also, so Finista has been providing multi-point locking in the casement doors since beginning. A lot of our competition was providing single point locking. So within that also, I think customers are now realizing that in a casement door also one should go for a multi-point locking system so as to get a better strength, better in terms of sealing, etc. And there is a set of customers who are moving towards tilt and turn, or even in, for example, they are moving towards casement sliders, so to say.
You mean the lift and slide and the
Lift and slide and all those kind of stuff.
Maybe because of awareness and India mein paise ki kami nahi, affordability is not really an issue. It's just a question of if you give a good offering and the customer understands it.
Correct. If you are able to convince a customer why this, so I think the way we approach a customer is we first of all don't ask in terms of, or we just don't tell them that this is the product that I will sell you. We try to understand from our customer what actually is he looking out from a window and door. And many a times, trust me, the customer say window and door ही चाहिए, उसमें मुझे और कुछ नहीं चाहिए.
Correct.
So we then have to ask the follow-up questions. Is sound the issue in your flat or in your villa? Is dust a issue? Are you going to have it more? Are you wanting more sunlight? Because we can offer different kind of glasses basis that. So once you ask those follow-up questions, then a customer realize, oh, that's all what I can get from a window and a door. It's not just an opening. So and like, that's where I think this whole dialogue and this thing starts.
Yeah, so there's like two different, this is just coming from my brain. You go to a chemist and you tell him mera pet dard hai, usne aapko dawai de di without asking any question. And you go to a doctor and the doctor asks you 5, hopefully it's a good doctor, asks you at least 3 to 5 questions before offering you an advice of what he should be doing.
Correct. And so in fact, another thing that I keep on telling to my team, getting an order is a secondary thing. Getting the trust of the consumer is the first thing that we have to do.
Absolutely.
Let's get the trust first, even if the order goes to somebody else, but he should be considering Finista as a one-stop window expert in terms of taking advice, because that's where we stand for.
So 1 or 2 questions have come in more. I'm not sure if this is the right question. COVID insurance is not taken in CSR. Yes, COVID insurance is not taken in CSR.
This is not considered as part of CSR.
So one gentleman asked a question, is there any specific reason why there are hardly any players as system providers in our business?
Okay, so I think the system providing a system always means there is an additional cost, because what you have to do is you have to marry different kind of product to see that they fit in with each other, which means there's a lot of R&D that you need to do. There's a lot of time that is being taken. So for example, for us as an organization to develop any new system takes anywhere between 6 to 9 months. That's the minimum that we take. And of course, then there is an investment in tools and dies and various other things. Buying a ready-made product from somewhere else and then just kind of putting whatever fits in is more easier, simpler, and cheaper. So that's the reason why a lot of people do not go for systems.
I also think that to be a system provider, there has to be vision to build a business for the next 10, 20 years. If you want to be in a business for 2 to 5 years and you want to play around with it, then anybody can come.
Correct.
That's
and
where
then you can keep on changing either the profile supplier or the hardware supplier every 2 years. Then as an end consumer, also suppose 5 years later, I need a lock or a handle. Even if you as a fabricator are there, but you might have changed your system 3 times.
Correct. So to wrap up this particular session, I'd like to just put some summary notes from Saket. The fact that as a customer, as an architect, as a developer, as a specifier, kindly focus that your total cost of ownership is what is more important in terms of making a decision of buying internal doors or casement doors based on your usage, durability, dust, noise, safety. Look at every aspect from all these aspects before you take just a decision on price, because price is always the easiest to get lured from. And I'm sure many of you will say, अरे Fenesta के तो margin बहुत ज़्यादा होते हैं, इसीलिए आपको price ज़्यादा देनी पड़ती है. But that margin gives you longer durability, because that margin probably does not go to Fenesta's pocket alone. It goes to the investment into R&D time, making sure that there are always people that you can call and they're available. इस रूट की सारी लाइनें अवेलेबल हैं, व्यस्त नहीं है. So I think that's one plus factor. So having said that, I think new age doors from Fenesta would be a valuable proposition. I think in the coming years, I am sure Fenesta would talk a lot more about those products digitally and through different forums whenever we get back live again on sessions. So just as an overall industry standpoint, this industry, construction building industry, has to evolve, has to change to adapt modern methods, which may be marginally costlier, but longer in terms of durability, which will make us, use products which are faster to be installed. And now with RERA and all these regulations coming into place, buildings will be made quicker. And I think, Saket, we will do a survey where we will put a request to the architect and developer. And maybe you can do this, that if you give me a fully ready to put window door setup, I'll charge you 3%, 1% less. If you don't, then I'll charge you more. I don't know if that's going to work for you or not, but you can always give it a shot.
Sure.
So with that, thank you very much for your time. And we'll circle back in 5 minutes on the window segment.
Thank you so much, Amit. Thanks.
Bye. Thank you.